Good morning, everyone. It's me, L to the B. Just coming back in, send my thank you video that I make in the mornings. How was my sleep last night? I keep waking up early, and this time it wasn't woken up by. I wasn't woken up by my dream, goals, ambitions, whatever that was. The other morning, nah, that wasn't my drive. I woke up because of my relationship. And so I was ruminating like crazy, like I normally do about some of these things. But the OCD part of it is much less. Like I'm telling you, if I was really in this storm, I could not speak right now. I would not have a little bit of a smile. I wouldn't even make this video probably. So the OCD part of it, anxiety of it is, eh, it's not as strong, and it's going to take time. My recovery is going to take time, I can see. And I'm planning on making a follow-up video just about that and maybe some of the little extra things that I've done to kind of take care of it. So what I want to do is make my thank you video. So again, if I repeat the same thing for me, so be it. But I'm thankful that I got a shirt I can put on my body. I'm thankful that I got a voice that I can speak with. I'm glad I've got people that halfway watch my content. You know, it gives me, even if it's just one person, which it seems to be, it gives me a lift in letting me know that people do find some of my content entertaining. And I'm not really doing a huge amount. I'm not doing any kind of editing. And I'm familiar with the editing process, but I'm not necessarily here for that entertainment factor. I'm here to relate, share my story, share my experience. And if you find that entertaining, great. I'm happy about that. That was the whole purpose. It wasn't to shock you with a TV show. I'm not about that. I like the real life aspects of watching somebody. When somebody's coming from their heart, their core, and they got something relative to them that they're talking about, and it ain't overshadowed by some bullshit or some manipulation or deception, great. And I can't say that I haven't been guilty of doing that. Hell, everybody that's tried to push a YouTube channel has at some point entertained that thought of, should I use some Fiverr subscribers? Should I do some clickbait thumbnails? I mean, like, if I end up going into some of that threshold on this channel, I would be very surprised. But it isn't something I haven't deployed in the past on other channels. But I don't really advocate it in this space that I'm in. I'm just speaking, and that part, enough for me, is something I can be hugely thankful for. I feel greatly rewarded for it. I feel greatly rewarded or thankful and have gratitude for the fact that I've got all this stuff lined up so that I can take over to the shelter later today. I'm glad I even woke up to be able to do that. That's a huge, huge thank you for me, a huge boost. I've got clothes on my legs. I've got my feet on the ground. There's a lot to be thankful for. And I've had some nice responses from other people yesterday when I was telling them thank you for their family. They responded back, thanking me. I had to cancel my trip to Ohio just because I'm dealing with way too much. And if anybody's ever gone through this crap, they know. And so the feedback I received from that they weren't too disappointed. They were understanding. Big knock in the face for them. And I don't really typically do that. I'm more that people pleaser kind of guy. I can't stand it. It's some BS that I do. But I do like seeing people happy. And it wasn't like it was just going to be for them anyways. It was going to be like a mutual thing. I was excited, eager to be in that position for my friend, to show up randomly and him not expect it. But not like this. This is not working. So I am pulling back. Normally, I would just go ahead and push on through it, despite whatever my feelings or concerns were, and just try to live with that moment. And sometimes I think you should do that. Don't get me wrong. It could be good for you to experience things that you're uncomfortable with so that you got a better perspective over yourself. And this is what my daughter told me at like age 4. So I got a special kid. My kid is very aware, perceptive, very kid still, don't get me wrong, but she has these deep philosophical understandings of things sometimes that she speaks, and I'm like, That's otherworldly. That ain't from here. I've never seen or experienced anything like that. And I like to consider myself well versed. So I'm glad I have goals for today. I'm glad that I can see myself doing those goals. And I'm glad I gave myself a pep talk today in the mirror. That right there was a real good boost. Maybe even influenced me to make this video. And I'm looking forward to making my target date. Still haven't turned on my phone, so that's going to be interesting. Maybe I've got a whole lot of weird text. And I think I'm going to share another video on what my text exchange looks like for what I've been experiencing, so that you guys already know. And here's the thing: I didn't think I was in some kind of power position, but I'm in an immense power position because I have declared what I've wanted in this relationship all along. I've said that I've wanted to spend more time with this person. I've given the dates or the time and I said, hey, I would like to see you at this time. I'd like to see you at this date. So I have been vocal on what I have wanted to experience, and no pressure to them. Just let me know what you think. And they don't give a response. Their cruelty is evident in the message. So I don't really want to paint that story on this video. I've got a lot of good gratitude energy going. It'll be saved for the later content, maybe this evening. I'm not sure when I'll make it, but I don't want to make it a roaring discussion for me today and on my, energetic path. I've got some cool stuff I want to knock out, and if I can knock it out, great. I think there's some good things on the horizon if I keep in this direction. And I don't sit here and have to go, why is everything good one day, terrible the next? I have more consistency like this when I'm not dealing with somebody else's issues and them trying to bring it down, down, down. I started noticing how much I was talking about other people. Yeah, I'm talking about her. She's the center of this issue for me right now. But I started noticing, how much negativity talk. I'm gonna have to write that down, and I'll share my list of things that I don't like in my partner, or the bad sides. So I'll have to add that to the list. I didn't realize how much negative speaking was done about her boss, about her coworker, about her kind of envy and jealousy about when people got promoted. I mean, there was a lot. She was ready to leave her job. She feels like she's overlooked. I mean, I can go all day, and I'm starting to think look, if you've seen my channel icon or my profile picture, you know that statement. And if you really pay attention to it, it is legit. Consumption is reality. Whatever you consume becomes your reality. Next thing you know, I started having discussions where I'm talking to, making little gossip jokes and talking, and I'm kind of having my thrill with it. But it ain't being perceived the same way in reverse. She can spit, but she doesn't like to be spit on. So whenever I'm got a Pisces moon, so I tend to reflect whatever it is I experience. I'm really a consumer, So in that Piscean, standpoint, I started to really throw out, probably reflect back to her, things about her that she's doing that she's just not even conscious that she's throwing out. And what she's experiencing, she doesn't like, but she's creating a wall, creating some things that she's just promoting with that. I think that's part of it. I think that's part of her disdain against me, is that she's probably seeing some of herself that she doesn't like, and it's rubbed off on me, and I'm rubbing it back on her. So I've just noticed, I was like, wow, I'm actually talking about people a little negatively more than I usually do. I like to speak constructively, nice, but now I'm getting excited about gossip and people's down moments a little bit. That's bad. Maybe I do say some good stuff that I've done for other folks, but that falls into the same narcissistic stuff, But anyways, kind of going a little long-winded with this video. I've said my gratitude at the beginning. I want you all to have a wonderful, peaceful, great day, productive, whatever that is. If it's non-productive, cool. Sit in the bed, sometimes depression is a. So just sit in the bed, watch your good warming shows. Oh, I got something cool for you I'm going to share too on another one of these videos. I watched last night, and I hate to keep going, but I got to share this. I watched last night Beverly Hills 90210. This is the show, older one. That's part of my nostalgia. It's so basic, and it has some good little storylines in it, good little messages. But the freaking hilarious thing yesterday, and this is season 2, episode 16. So I'm gonna pull the line from this and maybe share it in here when I make the video. But Brandon's in this relationship with this girl named Emily, and he's like vibing, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm so connected." Where have we heard that before? Whoever wrote this knew the situation of narcissism very well and wrote about it in such an episode series that it was iconic. So I'm watching this and I'm going, okay, he's into her. This looks very interesting. And she's like, yeah, Brandon, yeah, you're just, you're so you're just the best, and just like some love bombing stuff. She goes, I just feel like we should just get even more connected. I think we should just be even more deeper with each other. And he's like, yeah, of course. What is it? And she's like, how about we try this euphoria drug? And he's like, nah, I don't do drugs. There's a boundary marker. Okay? Brandon set a boundary marker. I don't do drugs. No thanks. She's like, oh, come on. You just have a good time. You're just such a stiff. She starts giving him digs, starts degrading his character a little bit. People come over and say, hey, Brandon, man, you want a drink? And she was like, not from this news. Things like that to kind of drain. But of course, Brandon holds his own. He's like, no, I'm not down with you fun folks, kind of thing. That's why I like Brandon. I like that character on there. So anyways, she takes it upon herself. She's like, hey, I gotta go talk to a friend. Goes over, grabs some drinks, some non-alcoholic drinks, gets these drugs, pours them in this little drink, hands one to him. She takes one. Before he knows it, he's in the drug. He can't help himself but to enjoy it. Even when she tells him, yeah, I might have hooked you up a little bit. He's like, oh, man, why you do that? And it didn't matter. He was on the roller coaster. And so some of the steps he took after that was setting his ultimate boundary where this isn't acceptable. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I told you how I felt. You made me look embarrassed. I've got all this stuff that happened in my vehicle. Yada, yada, yada. I don't want to bore you with the episode. But it created a cascade of weird events that made me even start to think like, could the partner I'm with get like this? Fatal attraction? It's scary. It is really scary. And so I'm getting cautious, more and more cautious. And he doesn't want to speak with her, talk to her anymore. And she starts calling his phone like 9 times a day, 13 times, 16 times. I remember those days. I've been hit like that in the past when I was younger, in high school. And my family's like, God, these people got to quit calling you so much. There's like mental issues with some of this thing. So anyways, I don't want to bore you with it. He says this classic line, and it like echoed completely into my spirit. He said, man, Bren, it's the craziest thing right now. It's like she's lonely, but doesn't want anyone to get close. And I was like, oh my God, that is exactly the line. I'm going to play that quote. But it is exactly what I am going through with my partner. It's like she's lonely as fuck. And you're thinking, I'm lonely too. Like, why don't we get together? Let's have some fun. But they don't want anybody to get close. Keep it superficial, y'all. I'm having a great day. Hope you have a great day. Peace out.